So this is it, huh? This is the book. 2 years of my life, and finally, I wrote a real book. And you can get this on Amazon. You can pre-order it.
You can pre-order it right now.
Fantastic. How have the pre-orders been going?
Well, based on the pre-orders, I can say, as your publisher, that I feel pretty confident we could do a coffee table book.
No way. A coffee table book would be fantastic. A book that would be on everybody's coffee table.
Very similar to that, except in this case, we would take your book, we would throw it into a mulcher.
A mulcher.
To make a fine pulp. And from that pulp, we could reconstitute a coffee table.
Well, wait a minute. Aren't there lists like bestseller lists and stuff? Is it on any of those?
What's fantastic about your book, Norm, is it's beyond lists. It's
Beyond
in a class of its own.
Wow.
We haven't seen a book like this in publishing. This is going straight to the RB.
Straight to the RB? I can't believe it. I've never heard of a book going straight to the RB like that. Just one question. What's an RB?
Oh, that's publishing talk. The RB stands for the remainder bin.
Oh, the remainder bin?
So all the books that just sit waiting on bookshelves, never being bought, eventually when it gets too sad, they send them back to a warehouse.
Well, forget about the critics. It's like Stephen King. Maybe the critics don't like him, but the people love it. That's who I wrote it for. I didn't write it for critics.
So we have been getting some good responses from the people,
From the people.
particularly on the paper.
The paper. Wasn't it I who said we have to go with a paper with some substance, a high quality paper?
And everyone has been complimenting that, particularly when it comes to taking the pages of your book to wipe shit off their filthy assholes.
That's what they said? You know, I'm not sure you even had the best interests of this book at heart. I mean, were you an advocate for it?
Norm, I've got to be straight with you. I didn't have a chance to read your book.
You didn't have a chance to read it?
But I have a very good reason why.
Really? Why is that?
I've been reading a better book.
Well, there's lots of better books. This is just a silly celebrity biography. It's not a big,
This other book is a celebrity biography.
The book you're reading?
Yeah, a better celebrity biography.
Oh, jeez. Is it Tina Fey?
It's not Tina Fey.
Amy Schumer?
It's not a lady.
Oh, well, there's that at least.
But it was written by someone who knows how to write a celebrity memoir. Maybe you've heard of him. His name is Fred Stoller.
Fred Stoller? Well, I guess that racks it. I'm no author.
I've been telling you that since before you started.
But I've been doing this 2 years. I got nothing to fall back on. I'm an old man.
Didn't you used to have a thing on the internet?
Oh, God.
Yeah, people would come on. Yeah, the podcast. That's
yeah.
right.
I promised myself I would never do the podcast again.
You also promised yourself you'd write a good book.
Okay, now.
I mean, there is always one other option.
There's another option? What's that?
You ever heard of the Queensboro Bridge?
I'll do the podcast. I extend a most robust and convivial greetings to all. To you, our esteemed podcast viewers who are experiencing these words in places hither, thither, and presumably on. You join the proceedings on a most felicitous particular occasion, for we are welcoming forthwith a true master of mirth. A veritable Michelangelo of the lively art of amusing and delighting the hoi polloi. Which is not to say he is not popular also with the hoity-toity. He is an Emmy and BAFTA award-winning writer, director, and comedian. He is the co-creator of the original Office of Extras, and he starred in the HBO hit Hello Ladies. He is a splendid person. And it's good because otherwise I'd punch him in the fucking goddamn face. He is Stephen Merchant, and he's with us for the full hour. I don't know. Why do that?
I didn't realize that the show was going to have such hip references as William F. Buckley, who's been dead for, 25 years?
It's ripped from today's YouTube.
It really is, yeah. The kids watching this online, they're going to go crazy.
After about 3 hours on YouTube, you find it. You just keep it up.
It was a popular documentary on Netflix.
It was a big popular.
That was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
great.
no, it was great. Who was he talking with? It was Norman Mailer?
No,
Gore Vidal.
yeah.
Did you see Jiro Dreams of Sushi?
I didn't. I mean, my only
It's
question.
a Japanese guy sleeping
Is it?
for 2 hours.
Should we go through all the documentaries on Netflix and just give our
well,
opinions?
it's interesting because like a Jiro Dreams of Sushi, no one would ever watch that. It'd be
Right. I thought that was really popular, though.
It was, but they force you to watch it.
I thought it was great.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you see the one about the making of the Island of Dr. Moreau?
Oh, I don't know. I wanted.
That's a great inside Hollywood.
Unfortunately, I've heard too many people tell me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No. Tell me little bits of.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you've heard the greatest hits. Yeah.
But from bad storytellers.
Yeah,
where
sure.
like him.
Could you do the whole show as William F. Buckley? Could that be?
Well, if I
Just in
can't do
case
it,
anyone tunes in late
I
and
can't
misses
do
it.
it for 90 seconds. I can't do it for the whole show. But you had a question. Oh no, I had a question. Forget his question. But this just occurred to me on the way to the show.
I'm pleased it's so well prepared.
Because I was brought up on British television,
Okay.
being from Canada, and you know when you hear like an inside joke when you're a kid and you laugh anyway, you're like, I didn't get it, but I bet I should have, or whatever. And in British shows, they seem to always like mention like some small town that nobody's ever heard of. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like in Monty Python, he's like, Pearly, say no more, gets a big laugh.
Right.
And then, you know, Torquay.
Yeah,
and
Hull.
Your whole
Hull is good. Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
And what are those towns like? Do they mean something?
No, I think they are just, I mean, I'll often refer to, say, Newton Poppleford.
See, that's more like the Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but they're places which people may or may not have heard of, but just sound, even to an English ear, they sound small or parochial or regional.
Yeah.
I don't think you were sort of missing out on anything too specific.
Oh, okay.
But Hull is sort of, no one's vacationing in Hull.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're an American visiting England, no one's saying you've got to get to
Pilkington,
Hull.
right?
Pilkington might. Even he would avoid Hull. I think.
So you're a child in England. What are you, 41?
Yeah.
You are?
Is this a thing you do where you
I guess
guess
I should,
people's
yeah.
ages?
Is Circus Vargas coming in town? Oh, you're 41.
Yeah.
Okay.
What led
I
you to-
forgot everything else. I don't know. I was going to ask you something, and then I decided to say a number.
Do I look 41?
No, you look 36.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I was fishing for.
But when you were young, was Jimmy Savile on the air?
Jimmy Savile?
Savile,
Jimmy
as
Savile
the British
was
call him?
very much on the air. In fact, when Jimmy Savile, who, for people who don't remember, was subsequently revealed to be one of our most heinous pedophiles and general all-round rotten eggs, but this only came out after he died. But when he died, he was a figure from my childhood that I had great affection for.
you
And
did?
I even sent a tweet saying, R.I.P. Jimmy Savile. And then within sort of 12 months, people were sending me pictures of that tweet. Really, Steve?
Yeah, really.
And of course, it's only now, if people were to Google a picture of Savile, knowing that he was a horrible pedophile and general all-round rotten person, that you would look at it and you go, of course. I mean, now you look at it,
Yeah.
yes, that makes perfect sense. I mean, with his weird, he would
I
wear
knew
weird,
about the
you would think he'd
pedophile.
wear things a bit like this.
I knew the bit about the pedophile, but I didn't know about the all-around bad person part.
Yes, well, I suddenly realised that I couldn't remember all of his crimes.
Yeah.
I know they
Well-
were heinous, and I
well,
also
one
didn't want to
was-
lower the tone this early in the show and just go into the real detail and nitty-gritty of his paedophilia.
Well, one of the nitty-gritty parts was he was such a powerful entertainer that he was put on the board of a hospital.
He was on the board of a hospital, and he even had
what
his,
did he like to
his
do at the
own
hospital?
room in the hospital, where he would, as we subsequently discovered, invite people, patients.
Like his own,
And he
like his
liked
own
he
joy
liked,
division.
he liked people or patients that were in comas or somehow disabled.
I don't know, but that might be your own speculation.
No,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I heard.
Wow, I'm
That's
glad
what I saw on
we
YouTube.
kicked off with this and didn't build to the Jimmy
And there's
Savile.
also clips of Jimmy Savile on the air, like goosing a girl before the show, like
But you
and
know
she's
what's
like,
odd
"Whoa."
is I feel like I remember even when I was at school as a kid, I remember Jimmy Savile being regarded as weird.
Okay.
Like even then you'd be that was sort of the joke, you know, that he was weird and kind of eccentric and.
Well, sort of all the jokes about children's entertainers are that they're pedophiles. That's what in America.
Right.
That's how when you start stand-up.
Yeah.
That's what
well,
they
it turns
tell
out a
you.
lot of them are.
I guess. You know what I found interesting about extras, because everybody thinks of England, they're always like Monty Python, like that. It's the gold standard for comedy.
Yeah.
But it also had awful comedy.
Terrible.
And in extras, what was the show called?
Oh
in the
well,
show?
when the wind whistle blows. When the
Yeah,
whistle blows.
yeah,
I couldn't remember.
But I remember as a kid that there were shows like that with crazy, garish costumes.
Yeah, and there were shows that
they
never
would
made it
put
here.
even that jaw, when Ricky Gervais would put his jaw out.
Very much.
Yeah, they would.
There was a show called Love Thy Neighbor, which ran for many seasons. The premise of which was a white man lived next door to a black couple. Which in the 70s was like, what?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And, extraordinary. I mean,
Subscribe to Nom Burger King.